BrendanO'Brien is a famous record producer, mixer, and engineer from Atlanta, Georgia. Brendan has been a musician all of his life and started playing the guitar as a kid. He was in bands and had played in clubs at a young age until he gradually gravitated toward working in studios as an engineer in his 20s. At this point, he was producing on a very small scale while holding other odd jobs just to pay the bills, but then one thing led to another and he was in business. BrendanO'Brien has so far had a career that most could only dream of. The list of recordings O'Brien has worked with is among the most varied and influential in the history of rock music, and his style allows the artist to be themselves while getting the sound he wants on tape. If you've listened to alternative rock in the last 20 years, chances are you have heard something he's worked on. BrendanO'Brien's greatest talent as a producer is his strength in communicating on a musical level and trying to inspire artists and get them confident in doing their work. He has worked on different albums from Stone Temple Pilots, Rage Against the Machine, Incubus, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Korn, The Black Crowes, Papa Roach, Bruce Springsteen, AC/DC, and many more. Despite working with some of the famous names in modern rock, he keeps a low profile and even tries to avoid the limelight by not having many pictures and interviews taken of him. His first real successful album as a producer came along with the Stone Temple Pilots' debut, Core. O'Brien had produced smaller records before hooking up with Stone Temple Pilots, but this album helped establish Brendan's reputation as a hitmaker. In 1994, BrendanO'Brien's next commercial success came through Pearl Jam's album Versus. In this album, he helped the band achieve a darker, edgier sound, helping the band cultivate an increasingly sophisticated style that stretched from punk to folk. As with the Stone Temple Pilots, O'Brien became Pearl Jam's go-to producer for the rest of the decade. The next major milestone that came into O'Brien's career in the 1990s was none other than Rage Against the Machine. O'Brien made sure that Rage's songs sounded like mini riots, highlighting the heavy guitar work. When O'Brien was working with Incubus, they looked at him as one of the members of their band. Brandon Boyd stated in an interview that O'Brien pushed the band more than any other producer had, and he was very effective in doing so. The result of the Incubus-O'Brien collaboration is Incubus's Like Grenades. The album featuring the hit single Animali debuted at the top of several album charts, and in the mid-1990s, O'Brien became vice president of Epic Records and Epic Imprint 57 Records. Not only did O'Brien do amazing work as a producer, he also mixed on some hit albums as well. He mixed for the Red Hot Chili Peppers album Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic, Aerosmith's Get a Grip, Limp Bizkit's Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water, and many more. To date, 14 of the albums O'Brien has produced have reached #1 in America on the Billboard Hot 200 charts, and he has won 2 Grammy Awards. Aside from the studio work, O'Brien has performed live with some famous artists as well. He played a Hammond organ for Bob Dylan's appearance on MTV Unplugged, and in 1995 he joined Pearl Jam and Neil Young on keyboard for the Mirror Ball Tour across Europe. BrendanO'Brien is currently working on the 4th My Chemical Romance album in Los Angeles.